This, just like my 7 Pro, which I'm recording from, has the ability to refresh at 90 Hz, record at 4K. Let me show the camera right here. So you got the HDR on. Let's put it on video mode. So you see it says 4K. It has the options to record in 4K, 4K at 60 frames per second, of course 1080p, and 1080p at 60 frames. Let me go back here. This thing, though, unlike my 7 Pro that I'm recording from, it does make a noise when the selfie cam comes out. The one on the 7 Pro is pretty much silent, so I don't know if this is a problem that I should address, but fit and finish is very nice. So this phone, of course, has the orange accents. Let me see if I can take this out of the case. But before I do that, let me show you that the case does have the carbon fiber accents. And of course, a polished OnePlus logo, as well as a McLaren there. Suede insert right here to complement the carbon fiber side of the case. Now this phone, of course, has orange accents, as you can see. And it has that mosaic finish. That thing looks insane. And of course, it's covered by this gigantic, thick case. Here's a better look of it with the flash. I actually originally came in for just a cover on my 7 Pro, which I ended up having them installed on this, but geez, this thing gets dusty in just a day of being in the pocket. Look at that. Very nice finish. I mean, they weigh pretty much the same. I really dig the orange accents because, of course, my my cover has its black and orange. To be honest, I was excited to get the phone. I mean, it does have 12 gigs of RAM compared to the 8 gigs of this phone that I'm using. The 7 Pro has 8 gigs. This has 12, being the McLaren edition. This is capable of 5G. My 7 Pro is not. But then again, I found out actually that my area doesn't actually have 5G yet. T-Mobile just released the nationwide 5G right now, but then 20% of the country does not have it, which apparently we're in that 20% being so dense. I did get a taste, because in San Jose, they do kind of have some areas of 5G. I visited Santana Row, which is the shopping center that's very nice and ritzy. Half of it's in Santa Clara, and half of it's in San Jose. When I went on the Santa Clara side, I was excited to see that it worked, and it was remarkably fast. So I'm looking forward that when it fully rolls out, what it's capable of. Although when I went to the Santa Clara side, it dropped down, and that was kind of disappointing. But oh well. Go figure. So this is my new McLaren edition OnePlus 7T Pro. And if you want the specific name of it, it is the OnePlus 7T Pro McLaren Edition 5G. Quite a tongue twister, not tongue twister, but a mouthful right there. Now on to the box, which you have that carbon fiber looking box, which is pretty dusty. It has the OnePlus logo and of course the full name of the phone, the OnePlus 7T Pro 5G, which this is the McLaren edition. That's why it's black and orange. I was expecting a really big box because the guy who helped me order this has the 6T McLaren, and it came in a box like this size, the size of the two things, and he said it was pretty much solid. I guess because it's going to be mass produced for T-Mobile, probably not as much. Then of course the McLaren edition box pieces. Ooh, that keeps falling in. In here, of course, you have your instruction booklet, a SIM card. Then there was another orange panel in here. Let's just take a look here. I'm pretty certain that this is like a bookmark. Yeah, see, pretty much McLaren. Put that back in there. Not really that significant. And of course, the orange power cable. This normally is rubber. This one actually is braided, so it's a lot nicer than the one that came in the 7 Pro, because the 7 Pro, as I'll show you in a little bit, look kind of flimsy. You're afraid it might break. And of course the gigantic power cube, which is black and orange as well. It's a very nice setup right here. Ooh. You also have this textured, so you can see, textured box piece that has the McLaren logo and then the OnePlus logo as well. It's pretty nice, and this is what carries all the instructions. Oh, and before I forget, so this is the charging cable for the 7 Pro. As you can see, it has that massive block. It's red and white. It's not braided, but it charges remarkably quick, so it's well worth it.